After 3 years, it's fast becoming the norm, affecting us everywhere we go. But instead of getting used to it, it's beginning to frustrate, irritate, and anger. And now, it's affecting the recently announced Canon EOS R6 Mark II and the 135mm f1.8. Details coming up, but first, I encourage you to subscribe and choose all notifications so you're kept informed on the latest camera gear, news, and rumors. I'm not making this up. This comes directly from Canon Japan, and we've got it machine translated. We've received more orders than expected for each of the following products. And due to the global supply of parts, delivery delays are occurring. We apologize for any inconvenience caused to our customers and business partners. And if we take a look down below, those products that they're referring to, not surprisingly, the Canon EOS R6 Mark II, as well as the Speedlight EL5 and the 135mm f1.8 L-series image stabilized USM lens. Have you ever had a house guest, a friend stay over for a couple of days that turned into a week, 2 weeks, a month, or maybe that person is still living with you today? Well, that's how I feel about this global supply shortage that's been going on for 3 years now and is about to enter its 4th year. 2023, the first half of this decade, everything we know about the 20s, we've seen supply shortages, and it's getting frustrating. And not only that, we're seeing higher prices. No one's giving us a discount off cameras or lenses or anything else. And a sale is hard to come by. Not only that, we're seeing price increases from Sony, Nikon, and Canon of our favorite camera bodies and lenses. Prices keep going up. Inflation keeps going up. Interest rates keep going up. And yet again, even though these two cameras, or I should say, the camera and lens have just been announced, once again, without them even going on sale in stores yet. We're about a month away from them going into stores. We only got them announced just a couple of days ago, and already a memo from Canon saying, yeah, sorry guys, we're in short supply. Is the camera in that much demand? Is it that they're selling record quantities of this camera, the Canon EOS R6 Mark II? I don't know. I'm not buying it. It can't be that every single camera that Canon comes out with is in the top 10 that's outselling the competition. And it makes me wonder about the recently announced Sony A7R5. Is Sony going to put out some sort of memo saying, yeah, sorry guys, I know we just put it on sale a couple of days ago, but we're completely sold out. However, we should have new products for you available within the next year. Yeah, it's getting a little bit frustrating. I'm getting a little bit frustrated. And maybe it's because it's Friday. Maybe it's because over the last 4 weeks, I've been going crazy with news coverage of the Sony A7R5 and then the Canon EOS R6 Mark II, staying up late. In fact, one night only getting 2 hours sleep and getting 2 videos out by 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing the best I can to keep up to date on news and rumors and get the stories published out. But it doesn't appear, no matter how hard Canon, Nikon, Sony, and others try, they just can't get the products out to us. They can't make enough components. They can't make enough whatever to be able to supply the cameras that they're announcing to us or the lenses that they're announcing to us. But when it comes to Sony, Canon, and Nikon, no matter how hard they work, no matter how hard they work their risk ratios and probabilities of not receiving certain components in time, even though they've had 3 years to work to find alternatives for components, we're still seeing, after a camera was just announced a couple of days ago, a memo saying they're in short supply. Their sales have much greatly exceeded expectations. And while I do believe that sales might have exceeded expectations, I don't think they had an awful lot of supply to begin with. I'm frustrated. How do you feel? Are you starting to get frustrated? Are you starting to tune out about this? Are you just locking yourself up in a cabin in the woods in the snowy mountains of the Adirondacks? Well, no, I guess it's not snowy there yet, but the Rockies on the other side of the continent. Yes, it's snowing already in the mountains of Montana. No, Wisconsin doesn't have any mountains. I'm sorry, I'm frustrated. I can't even think straight. I don't know. This is not what I wanted to bring you on a Saturday. I wanted to bring you some good news, and the last couple of days, there hasn't been much news. And just as I'd come home, I just had dinner, I'd showered, I'd changed, I'd relaxed. I was getting ready to watch The Peripheral, which I highly recommend watching if you haven't checked it out. There was this. And yeah, I'm frustrated. I know I'm ranting, and I know I don't seem to be giving you anything of any value here, but I don't know, maybe collectively we share our frustration. I don't think these supply shortages are going to be fixed into 2023. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Earlier this year, I put out a video stating that I didn't think the supply shortages would be resolved until, well, mid-2024 at the earliest, and maybe going into 2025. But that doesn't mean I'm happy about that. I was hoping that I was just being overly pessimistic based on what I was seeing from semiconductors. But since then, we've had some other issues in Europe I'm just going to call it issues because I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into politics on this channel. But there's so many shortages that are being occurred by so many things happening in the world. And instead of things getting better, instead of things moving in the right direction, we just seem to be having more spanners thrown into the works. It's frustrating, and I'm frustrated. But we do have some good news coming into the new year. I'm working on some videos to come out in December where we're going to look at some cameras that are expected to come out in 2023. So if you want to stay up to date on all the latest news and rumors, and trust me, please trust me, it's very rare that I go into a rant like this where I sort of get down by everything going on. Normally I'm very upbeat, but if you want to stay up to date on all the latest camera news and rumors, go ahead and subscribe and then choose all notifications. By choosing all notifications, as soon as I publish a new video like this one here, you'll get notified by YouTube, so that way you can stay up to date on all the latest camera news and rumors. And that saves you from scanning all the Twitter feeds, RSS feeds, whatever other feeds you're subscribed to, as well as scouring all your websites or all your favorite websites and YouTube channels. All right here, all the major camera news, all the major brands. All you have to do is subscribe and choose all notifications. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching and listening to my tiresome rant. But this is just 3 years of this. I'm starting to go loco. I'm starting to go insane. I can't even go on vacation and relax anymore. But sorry for ranting. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon. Sorry about the rant. See you again soon.